Hello, my sweet, sweet little angels. Welcome to my home. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm so excited because today we're having a few fun, interesting, juicy conversations. I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you submitted on Instagram. So we're going to be discussing things like sexuality, coming out, therapy, being happy single, like so many great conversations that I love. But before we get started, this video is sponsored, so thank you so much to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Is there something that's interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Like, let's say you want a really healthy relationship and you just don't know how to express your feelings or like set and communicate healthy boundaries. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating within 48 hours, and this is not a crisis line, it's not self-help, it's professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 15,000 plus counselor network, which may not be locally available in many areas, and their service is available for you worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor, and you'll receive timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you don't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room like with traditional therapy. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it really easy and free for you to change the counselors if needed. Plus, it's also more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is also available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today, so visit betterhelp.com/Nika, that's better H-E-L-P, and join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. There's a special offer for you guys where you can get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/Nika. So thank you so much again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and let's move on to the questions. How do you identify now compared to when you came out, and how was your experience coming out? Okay, so I came out as bisexual a few years ago. It was when that shooting in the States happened. I think it was like at a gay bar or a gay club. I could be wrong. I have a really bad memory. Yeah, I basically just came out on YouTube. That was the only time that I came out. I never like sat anyone down in my life and was like, hey, just so you know, not straight. Just because I never cared about it. I don't really see it as like a big part of my identity. I don't care about your opinion on it, because why do you care? I don't get that. And I know that's a very privileged position to be in. I know that a lot of people can't just not care, because it can be life-changing in a very negative way sometimes. I've never felt ashamed of my sexuality. If anything, in my eyes, is embarrassing as people caring about who I love and having an opinion on it. Ooh, you know what? This really bothers me. It's when people are like, yeah, I don't care about it. Like, people can love whoever they love. I just don't want to see it. I'm just like, that makes no sense, first of all. Second of all, just look away. Like, what? And why do you not want to see it? Just, anyway. So yeah, I still identify as bi, and I feel like I'm just a lot more comfortable with like where I'm at on the spectrum. And I'm someone who, most of my dating situations have been with men. And so when I think of dating, and when I talk about dating, and when I like think about what I want in the future, it's all like straight relationships. But then when I meet a girl that I'm really into, I feel exactly the same way towards her as I do towards all the guys that I've dated, and I like want a future with her and all those things. So that's where I'm at. Whatever that means, I'm cool with it. How do you enjoy yourself on your own? I feel like I'm not the best person to answer this question, just because I'm like notoriously single, and I I love it. I've never been this happy with myself and this like satisfied, and so I'm just like, I don't want some like relationship to ruin it. I'm like very picky, and I just almost see it as like a way of ruining my life. But how do you actually enjoy yourself on your own? Girl, there's so many things you can do. Oh my God, I can write you a novel. Focus on what you love to do, whether it's like your career, academics, hobbies. Go out and meet people, have new experiences, like go to different classes. Like you can take a dance class, you can take a pottery class. You can go travel when that's, you know, a thing again. Just strengthen your relationships with the people that are already in your life. Explore new habits and hobbies and routines. Try new recipes. Dance. Go out with whoever you want to. Take care of yourself really well. Work on your mental health and emotional health and physical health. Like, I really see like my single life as just like a sanctuary for my soul, and like I can just do whatever I want and really take care of myself and be selfish in the best way possible. I love being this selfish. It feels so good. Tips on going to therapy for the first time. Okay, first of all, it's completely normal, valid, understandable to feel nervous and to be scared of it. It's first of all, it's something new that you've never done before. You don't know what to expect. And anytime we do something new, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. So that's completely normal. But your therapist is there to like walk you through everything, and they're there to help you. So even if you're feeling like scared and you don't know how to open up, and like you maybe don't even know how you feel, like that's why they're there. So even if you go for the first time, you can be like, I'm really scared. I'm scared that I like won't be able to open up. And yeah. And then they can, you know, help guide you through that, and that can be your first session. The only thing that I always say is that I am a strong believer that therapy is for everyone. You just need to find the right therapist for you and the right therapy style. And so if you're not connecting with your therapist, you know, you can give it another try and see, but you can always, you know, go to a different one, because it's just like any other relationship. You need to find something that is the right fit, and that can sometimes take a little bit of time. Just go, you know, like just bite the bullet, go, and you're gonna feel a lot more calm after your first session because you know what to expect next time. And yeah, just go. Okay, I'm just making some lunch, but the next question is how to deal with getting ghosted. That sucks. First of all, I'm so sorry that that happened to you, because that like genuinely makes me angry. Like, how dare he or she, whoever it is. That grief that you feel right now, and that sadness and anger and frustration, just first of all let yourself feel it, because you don't want to carry that into your future and your future relationships. So just like, just let it out. And then the other thing I would say is that usually that feeling that you're feeling right now was triggered because of some old like abandonment wound. An abandonment wound doesn't have to come from one of your parents leaving, for example. It can be like you felt emotionally abandoned, and that's why these experiences are a lot more painful for some people than they are for others. So I would go straight to the source and like see when in your life you felt these similar emotions, especially when you were younger, and just like heal that and work through that and let yourself feel that old pain. So you can see this situation as like a teacher, basically. This person, whoever it is, they clearly have their own things to sort out if they think doing something like that is okay. And I hope you can see that that person is not worthy of your time. Okay, I'm just eating my scrambled tofu, but the next question is how to stop depending emotionally on people to be happy. Okay, so first of all, we are dependent on each other. I feel like as a society, we really praise independence more than we probably should, in my opinion, just because we need each other. And like, if I was alone for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks and I didn't see anyone, I would be very unhappy. Like, it's unnecessary, if that makes sense. Like, you need people to be happy. We all do, because we're social creatures. But if you feel like you're constantly depending on other people to be happy and you don't feel happy on your own, then that's a different story. So just like I said before with being single, like just focusing on yourself, on what makes you happy, feeling your emotions, like that's such a big part of like being happy, because then you feel like this is a safe home for you where you get to be who you are and feel anything that you're feeling and express everything that you're feeling. Doing things you love, hobbies, career, having good routines for yourself where you take care of yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually as well. Like, that's a big one for me. And yeah, just like being the main character of your life, you know? I feel like that's the way to do it. Next question. Are you a feminist, and what do you think of today's feminism movement? This is a loaded question. I could talk about this for 3 hours. I'm gonna try to keep it brief, but I definitely consider myself a feminist. Like, why wouldn't I be down for equality? I don't know. Today's modern feminism movement, however, I have thoughts about it. I feel like when I think of today's feminism movement, I think of like the loud, extreme part of it, which is not all of it. Does that make sense? Like, we usually see the extreme parts of these movements, and for me personally, that's the part that I don't agree with. It's become more about like hatred than equality in my eyes. Like, because I'm obviously very aware of the issues that we as women face every day and how we're treated and how it's completely unfair. I know it. I deal with it all the time. I hear sexist comments all the time, and I'm not cool with it. So just want to put that out there before I get to this next point. But I also feel like there's so many things that men deal with that aren't fair either. And so I just feel like in a lot of these modern feminism groups, it's like about hating men, and I just feel like we would be a lot more productive if we included men in those conversations. At least that's been my personal experience. Like, whenever I've spoken very honestly about my experiences and asked questions to, you know, the men in my life, it was the most like proactive, and we were able to see each other's sides and then, you know, change how we're moving forward with those things in mind. So I just wish it was more about that, and because then it would actually be about equality, and I don't feel like that's the case at the moment. Okay, next question. How to deal with mistakes, how to embrace mistakes and not let it drown you in guilt. I genuinely don't really see anything in my life as a mistake, even if looking back I would have done it differently. A lot of the times, like, what you did was the best that you could with what you got and with what you knew. But even if it wasn't the best thing, that you could have done a better job or made a better decision, it still got you where you are now and gave you the lessons that you have now. So I personally don't see anything as a failure or as a mistake. I just see it as like, okay, I now have all this new knowledge that I didn't have before. because I made this mistake and have to deal with the consequences of my actions. And I now know what I want to do moving forward and which decisions I don't want to make anymore. I really like this quote, we're all just looking for the next thing to make sense of the last. And I don't know, I like that a lot. I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I just don't even like go there. I feel like once you start thinking about it, you're just gonna not feel great. So whenever those thoughts pop up, I'm just like, you know, I can't do anything about it. Like, that's a fact. I did what I did. Do I think it was the best thing for me to do? No, I can't do anything about it now, apart from moving forward in a way that I want to, with the lessons that I now have, if that makes sense. Alrighty, so those are all the questions that I wanted to answer today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you want to participate in the next conversations at my house video, you can follow me on Instagram right here. That's where I ask you guys for questions and requests, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm wishing you a beautiful, self-loving day, and I will see you soon. Bye.